Hey guys, gossip and reactions Marie's take. LA hotels hired migrants from Skid Road homeless shelter to replace striking workers. Gaskin investigates. Again, can you imagine? You don't think they pay you enough money. You go on a strike, and now you have people that just got here in dire of need to get some kind of income. It doesn't matter how much, how bad the situation is. Now they are replacing you. So again, before you make that kind of move, always make sure you have enough money saved to at least take care of your bills so you don't end up being homeless. Can you imagine that? When Norelis Vargas heard about housekeeping work at a hotel near Los Angeles International Airport, she did not hesitate to sign up. Vargas, 39, who migrated from Venezuela and entered the U.S. about 3 months ago seeking asylum, had been living with her husband and 4 children at Union Rescue Mission, a homeless shelter in Skip Road, and needed the income. But when she arrived at 4 Points by Sheraton on October 6, Vargas said she was surprised to find a group of hotel employees picketing. I thought, it's good they are fighting for their rights, Vargas said, but she said she felt uncomfortable. The people outside, it was their job, and I was the one replacing them. That's why they have to be careful before you start a strike. You are replaceable. Nobody is irreplaceable here in this country when it comes to jobs. Oh yeah, they will find somebody to replace you. Vargas is among those from Skip Road's migrant population who have been recruited in recent weeks to work at unionized hotels in Santa Monica and near Los Angeles International Airport, where workers have gone on strike. In addition to the 4 Points by Sheraton Hotel, migrants were hired at the Lee Meridian, Delfina, Santa Monica, and the Holiday Inn LAX, according to interviews with migrants employed as temporary workers and organizers with Unite Here Local 11. Now, Los Angeles County District Attorney Judge Gaskin is launching an investigation into working conditions for migrants hired at hotels based on information brought to him by United Here Local 11, which represents workers involved in largest U.S. hotel strike. Gaskin said he is concerned about potential wage theft and violations of child labor law. We are going to make sure this is investigated thoroughly. It will be a fair and impartial investigation, Gaskin said at a news conference Monday in front of Le Meridian Delfina. If there are violations of the law, there will be severe consequences for this. We want to make sure that our community understands there will be no tolerance for the exploitation of refugees, Gaskin said, citing reporting by The Times on the issue. Gaskin recently claimed the endorsement of the powerful Los Angeles County Federation of Labor in announcing his re-election campaign. At Monday's news conference, State Senator Maria Elena Durazo expressed outrage over the allegations against the hotels and staffing agencies. It makes me furious, said Durazo, who represents Central and East LA and once served as president of the United Here Local 11. The hotel's actions are indefensible, said Angelica Salas, executive director of the advocacy organization Coalition for Human Immigrants' Rights, Los Angeles. Staffing agencies, companies taking advantage of the desperation of the individual to try to begin their life and then not pay them their proper earning, not giving them a full accounting of their hours work. We see this every day here in LA. Since more than 15,000 workers began in intermittent strikes at about 60 Southern California hotels in early July, employers have been replacing those union members with managers and temporary workers recruited through apps such as ends the work, staffing agencies, and the other means. United Here organizer Hannah Peterson, who has been working with the migrants, said some hired at La Meridian Delfina were among hundreds of migrants Texas were Governor Greg Abbott shipped on buses to LA this year as a political stunt meant to harness anti-immigrant sentiment and deride sanctuary cities across the country. Frank Wolf, a pastor at Echo Park United Methodist Church, is among those who have greeted migrants arriving on buses from Texas. They were exhausted and they were tired and they were scared when they came to Los Angeles, he said at the news conference. It's heart-wrenching to find out that some of these very workers that we welcome to those buses are being exploited. Refugees and asylum seekers are legally allowed to seek work, and the U.S. federal labor law allows employers to hire replacement workers during unfair labor practice, strike, and economic strike, but unions typically condemn the use of so-called scab labor. Kurt Peterson, co-president of the United Here Local 11, said employees who hired migrants had stopped a new law by tapping a vulnerable group of workers to undermine employees striking for a living wage. I can't believe they are forcing these people who are so desperate to cross the picket line, Peterson said. Instead of addressing LA housing crisis, the hotel industry prefers to exploit the unhoused as strike breakers to avoid paying their own workers enough to afford housing themselves. Owners and operators of the 3 hotels did not respond to requests for comment. Real estate investment group Pebblebrook Hotel Trust owns La Meridian Delfina Santa Monica, and Capital Insights owns 4 Points LAX. Highgate Hotels operates both hotels. The Holiday Inn LAX is owned by a subsidiary of Chinese firm Ulsan Group and is operated by the Ambridge Hospitality. Again, guys, do you see what happened? You have to rethink about the move you're going to make. Nobody is irreplaceable in a job place. It doesn't matter how long you've been there. It doesn't matter how good you are of a worker. When they no longer want you, they will get rid of you. And it is unfortunate to hear so many other people was in need of a job. When you go on a strike, you might not be able to go back to your job. Subscribe. Let me know how you feel. Thank you.